Thanks for tuning in to my gaming podcast, Gems in Gaming, where I play various games and tell different stories about my life, experiences, wisdom, anything to help inspire and encourage others. You were born with the ability to change someone's life, and you should never waste it. If you enjoy, please like, comment, or subscribe.
King Kane.
Alright. Yo, what's going on, y'all? So, I'm playing Mega Man. I haven't played this thing in a minute. And as you can probably guess, I'm not good. But it's all good. Because the game isn't important or as important as the topic today. The topic today is you are enough. You are enough. How many times have y'all spoken to somebody, like trying to tell them about your hopes and your dreams, and then instantly, as soon as they start talking to you, they're just like shooting you down or telling you you'll never be able to do it, or saying anything negative to keep you from maybe not even maliciously try to keeping you from achieving something that you really want to achieve, but just that's just their initial response is to say something negative. A lot of people probably have gone through this, most likely have gone through this. In fact, probably 100% of the people on earth have gone through this, right? And I think we are all guilty of being the person on the other side of shooting down people. Unfortunately, it's just, it is what it is, right? You might not be malicious with it. They might not be malicious when they try, when they shoot you down. But why is this there? But it happens, and it happens often, right? And it doesn't just happen once in someone's life. It's one of those things that constantly repeats itself. And as it, repeats itself, people start to believe those negative thoughts. They start to believe, you know what, I'm not good enough. Why would I ever try? Right? Why would I ever try? That is cap. That's a lie. That's not true at all. At all. Listen. What the heck? Oh my goodness. This isn't gonna be good. So, that's not true. And I'm sorry if, you've never been told that before. But allow me to tell you and allow me to explain to you why that's not true. What am I supposed to do? One, it's not true. Because if you see my previous Gems in Game, it wasn't the one right after this one, but something I posted before, then you would know, or you now understand, that you have purpose. You have purpose. Never forget that. Let's go. Never forget that. Never forget that you have purpose. Okay? And watch that Gems in Game, and I was fairly new to this, getting on, talking to people. I was fairly new to Gems in Gaming. I don't even know if it was called Gems in Gaming back then. It might have been called like Solo Saturdays. I can't even remember. But watch that just so that you can understand what I mean, that you have purpose. Oh my goodness, I wasn't as good as or as great as articulating that message, at least in my opinion. Like, I could have done better at it, but really? Oh, I think I'm supposed to. Okay. Okay. Nah, come on, man. I'm trying to do a lesson. This ain't right. Oh, they hate me. Okay. No. So anyway, like I was saying, I wasn't great at articulating. I'm thinking about doing a "You Have Purpose" part 2, but let's stick with the topic of the day. All right. So if you have a purpose on this planet, in this life, if you're meant to do something, or if you have a gift that you're meant to share with the world, then that means you were born with that gift. Okay, you were born with that gift. You were born with a talent or skill, a gift that makes you unique. That makes you not just unique, but makes you who you are. And you have, you have something. Oh my goodness. You have something that. Oh my goodness, bro. This is about to be tough. That needs to be watered. You have a seed inside of you, and that seed needs to be watered. Whether it's through positive affirmation, like this message right here, or whether it's you through self-development. You trying to get better at just being you, and there are people who have therapists and people who focus on their mental health. They do whatever activity to help improve their state of mind. All right. The only issue or concern that I could see with how people try to improve is if they're getting the wrong advice, or if they're told, like, hey, you should try X, Y, and Z. You should try this thing, that thing. But this thing and that thing is not the purpose that God has for you, right? It's just the purpose that another human being thinks that you would fit in. And you can't blame a person for giving you advice that they believe will be beneficial, because it might be, right? That might be the trigger that might be exactly what you need to hear. I have no idea, but the thing is, you need to have this strong foundation that who you are today is enough, and nobody can tell you otherwise. Nobody can say that you need to be someone else in order to get to where you want to go, or you need to if you want to be a singer, then you have to be like Beyonce. If you want to be an actor, you have to be like, I don't know, Denzel Washington, whoever, right? That's not true, because if Beyonce started singing and someone told her, like, yo, you'll never be anybody unless you're Faith Evans, and I don't know why Faith Evans came to mind. I know I'm picking a random collection of people right now, but I believe, and if Beyonce believed that, if she was like, oh, you're right, I have to be someone else in order to make it, then what? Then we would never, oh my goodness, then we would never have gotten Beyonce, right? We never would have gotten that. We never would have gotten her talent, her voice, her words, her story, because only Beyonce has that story. Think about that. No one else has that story, because no one else is her. Oh my goodness, bro, this a kid's game? Yo, this junk, it's kind of hard, ain't it? But no one else has her story. So what's your story? Ask yourself that. What's your story? No one has your story either, right? So if someone is telling you got to be like this, or that, in order to make it, or in order to grow, or in order to reach your potential, in order to figure out what your purpose is, then I believe that's the incorrect advice. All right. I know that I was just talking about there are some people with therapists that try to improve their lives and improve their situations and stuff. But sometimes I'll listen to people's story and listen to what people tell, listen to what people are saying there their therapist is telling them. And then I just like wonder sometimes, like, man, you can't treat your therapist, or I don't wonder, I just think this like privately out, to myself. I just think you can't treat your therapist like God. They probably have a good idea for you, but they are not him. Okay, they are not the one. They are not God. They don't. Bro, what am I supposed to do? I guess not be trash, but my goodness. They don't know what you were designed to do. They don't know the destiny for your life. No one knows that, right? And the only person in your life who can find that out for you is you. You're the only one that can figure that out, TAC on it. King Kane can't figure that out. I do career coaching. I got my own business. And people look for me to help them with, and guide them in their career. But here's the thing: it's their career. I can only show them a roadmap of how I got to where I got. But I can't tell them, that this is the right way for sure, because everyone's path is different. Everyone's path is different. Everyone's. Yours, mine. Well. Yours, mine, the person you look up to, their path ain't your path. Their path is not your path. Don't believe the hype. You can have mentors and you can be encouraged by people. That's cool. But they ain't you. I'm not you. Only you can be you. Think about that. Only you can be you. And if only you can be you, you are enough. Straight up, because no one else can do that. No one else can do that. No one. Sometimes like someone will get popular and you'll sometimes someone will get like really popular and they'll pop off, and the next thing you see a ton of imitations that, people, copying their style, their, everything. You'll see a ton of imitations, right? And I started to peep game. I started to notice that people will act like, like if someone copies their flow, then they're nothing. Or if they steal their swag, then they're nothing. But listen, no one else can do what you do and how you do it. Like they might be able to, you might get them the blueprint, right? You might give them an idea, you might, teach them a little something, but man, they can't do what you can do. Only you can do what you can do. Only you can do what you can do, because only you can be you. No one else can do that. I can't. You know what I mean? Like I said, your mentors can't. No one else can do that. Oh my goodness. What? Yo, this was not here last time. Yo, this game kind of hard, ain't it? So, yo, if no one else can be you, why not start being you? Why not? No one else can do it. When I started King Kane, when I started this YouTube channel, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I had no purpose for it. I had nothing for it. I was just being me, right? I was just getting on the internet. I thought it was cool that some people had gaming channels, so I just started Play Among Us. And then that Among Us took off. I got to connect with a lot of friends. I had to build a lot of relationships from that game. It was amazing. Next thing I know, I'm like, yo, I actually, when I was a kid, I always wanted to have like my gaming experience online. So I started doing video game dump. And video game dump is just different games that I play, but also like different games that I play with different people. And just a fun time, just laughs and all that stuff. So, all right, boom, now Video Game Dump is out, and I enjoyed it. That was one of the most fun things I've ever edited or created or anything like that. Like, Video Game Dump was easily my favorite compilation of videos that I've ever did. So then, oh my goodness, this man knocked me all the way down. That's crazy. So then, okay, what's next? I had it in my spirit. I was like, yo, you know, there's a lot of like goofiness and silliness in the video game world. I just want to spit game and just kick wisdom with people. What am I gonna do? What do I want to do? Next thing I know, I did a thing called Solo Saturdays, and that turned into Gems in Game. That turned into Gems in Game. All right, and in Gems in Gaming, I mean, it might turn into something else, right? I have no idea. But the thing is, all I know is that me starting was enough for me to keep going. Right? The first Gems in Gaming that I did was called The Best Way to Start is to Start. The best way to start is to start. And I tell you the same thing. Like, the best way for you to figure out that you are enough is to just be you. And in being you, you'll start to see that, oh, it's easy being me. Because I am in control of what I do, of what I think, of what I say, right? No one else is in control of those things, right? God gave you a design, and He made you for a reason. He made you for a reason. He ain't make, He ain't make two of you. He made one. There's only one, whatever your name is, with your experiences, your life, your struggles, your skill, your purpose. It's only one. That sound like enough to me. And you gotta just tell yourself, you gotta say to yourself, like, all right, I'm ready to be enough. I'm ready for this. Oh my goodness. I'm ready for this upcoming season where I'm gonna maximize me, right? Man, no one's vision for you is as good as the vision God has for you. And only you can figure that out by just being you. You are enough. In America, it's like if you don't play professional sports, typically people frown on you playing sports as an adult. Which is ironic for me because honestly, you're going to become your best version of you as an athlete as your mind continues to grow. You become wiser and smarter in your sport. That doesn't, of course, your athleticism is gone or it fades, but you are still oh my goodness. You're still, bruh. You're still capable to play a sport. And you'll find that as you get older, the smarter you become, the easier a sport is for you to play. But because in high school somebody told you wasn't good enough, you quit. And you never tried it again. Now you're 30 and your knees hurt. Or your body's aching because you don't do any physical sports or physical activity at all because you feel like, what's the point? I'm not in the NBA. I'm not in the NFL. I'm not a professional ballerina. I'm not a professional tennis player. So what? You. And if you want to ballet or basketball or hoop or football, play football, then go do that. Go do that. You don't need anybody to tell you, hey, I think you'll be good at this thing that you want to do, for you to go do it. No one has to tell you that. You have to tell you that. Yo, facts. No, bro. If I had listened to that little voice in the back of my head because of what other people said in my life about playing video games, and I would have never done Gems in Gaming. I would have never started a business called Pitch Play Co., which helps people in their careers because it gamifies their career. If I had went away from who I was, I wouldn't have never found any of these things that bring me joy today. Right? You know, me and my lady have a mutual love for video games. What if I gave that up early on because people said games was corny? And then now I don't have my wife. I start to give up things for myself. Like I start to lose pieces of myself. Why? That don't even make sense, because someone said what they thought. For me, someone said what they thought about me, and I let that affect me. Man, bump that. Listen, even today, and I'm doing, you know, in my head, I'm skyrocketing in terms of the growth in our business. It's not just my business, obviously. It's me and my wife's business. We founded it together, but, you know, we're skyrocketing right now. But, you know, when I was considering leaving, what y'all think I heard? What do y'all think I heard? I heard so much negativity. So much, oh man, I really wish you wouldn't leave. Oh, you gonna have to, you know, you making a lot of money. You sure you want to give this up? You sure you want to get that up? I heard all this stuff. Every doubt you can think of from people that you wouldn't hope it wouldn't hope it comes from, but it does come from family, friends, people you definitely not trying to hear that type of negativity from. It happened to me. Yeah, just like it happens to you, right? Some people, you know, I've heard family members call me uppity, or I think I'm better than people, or this or that or this or that, right? Whatever negative thought, and those things, because it's family, it starts to creep with me, and it would really like hurt. That oh man, if people think I'm uppity, maybe I should change. Maybe I should change, and then all of a sudden, you're not you anymore. Maybe I should change because someone else said they didn't like this thing about me. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You giving up you because they think differently than you. Make that make sense, man. Now, what if all those people, or what if there was a ton of people that's just like you, that gave up their hopes and dreams because no one encouraged them either, and you were the one that was going to show them that you can be more than they say that you are. And now they don't get that gift because you gave up. Now they don't get that series that you were working on because people discourage you from making it. Now you don't get that. Now they don't get to see that art that you've been drawing, or you've been creating, or that you've been editing. Video games is art. Video games is art. How? It has music, it has animation, it has designers, it has artists all working on it. Like, video games is art. What? Yo, I can't jump. This is crazy. I promise you, the first time we did this, that thing was not there. It was not there. Anyway, you know, that book, the list goes on and on and on and on and on about so many things that people aren't going to be able to see because you gave up on your dream, or you gave up on your gift, and now you're not finding your purpose. Listen, y'all, I made $140,000 a year in Georgia. If y'all don't understand the context of that, that's like making $300K in California. Facts. It's like making $300K in California, because the housing is cheaper here than it is in Cali, and we was doing good for ourselves, me and my wife. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? I couldn't even jump forward. I'm so confused. I don't understand. And this thing did nothing to me, but now I'm hot, so now he gotta go. But yeah, like, we was doing fairly well, very well. And you know, when you make a certain amount of money, it's hard to leave that particular lifestyle, because you know America's a capitalistic country. So you know you giving up a certain amount of money that most people don't make. You giving up essentially what people think is wealth, or people think will bring them happiness. So people, when they make that certain amount of money, they never want to leave it. They never want to give it up. You know, they don't see any life outside of that, right? That was not my desire. That was not God's desire for my life. I know, because I had the spirit of conviction that, yo, it's time to go. It's time to leave. Like, you made what you made. You got the story out of it. You know, you got what you needed to get out of it. Now it's time to go. And I did that, and I left. All right, and me leaving, man, I never been happier. Trust me, I'm broke compared to what I was making. I ain't gonna cap to you. You know, I'm starting a new business. New businesses are slow. You know, if you ever consider making a new business, just okay, this is gonna be interesting. If you ever no. If you ever consider making a new business, just know that new businesses are slow, and it's gonna take time. You know, it's gonna take time. But if I stick with the premise that me being me is enough, right, and me walking in my purpose is all I need to do in life, then I don't care how long it takes, because it's my purpose. All right. If it happens today, if it happens tomorrow, if it happens 10 years from now, it happens when it's supposed to happen. All right. That's a different, like when you listen to people, they'll tell you, they'll give you rules and expectations that aren't God's rules or expectations. And now you stuck living a life that you think will bring you happiness. But in reality, you just playing a script. You just these NPCs that's going around doing the same thing. Boom. Doing the same thing. Boom. Doing the same thing. Hey, go work at this 9 to 5. Boom. Hey, go be an engineer. Boom. Hey, go be a doctor. Boom. Hey, go be a lawyer. And then you gotta ask yourself, do I want to do any of those things that they tell me I want to do? If the answer is no, then that's not what you need to be doing. That's not your purpose. Right? That's not conductive or telling you that you are enough, because you're doing things that you don't want to do because other people told you that you need to do it. Now, don't get me wrong. I loved corporate. I love working in a job. I love connecting with people. I thought it was fun. Anytime I can learn something, I think that's very entertaining for me. Games, I like games because they make me think. Like this game right here is making me think and strategize. Like that's what I need. That's what I like. And that is what, you know, helps me relax. It helps me think. So I focus on these games because I like it. Right? I enjoy it. But, you know, some people definitely have told me, are you ever going to grow up? Or are you ever going to stop these things? Maybe one day for sure. I don't know. But I know that me doing these things have opened up so many doors for me that were closed when I was following this script, when I was doing the roll around here, roll around there, go back and forth, when I was acting like these AIs, these NPCs, these programs, when I was acting like somebody else, no way, they just, let's get it. When I was acting like somebody else or following someone else's script, I was miserable. I was miserable. Very, 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 very miserable. And I'm sure a lot of people are like that too. Like, I'm sure a lot of people are like, yo, me too. But another thing, and where I say you are enough, because it doesn't matter what job you're doing. It doesn't matter what location you're at. You are enough exactly where you are. Exactly where you are enough. exactly where you are enough. Exactly who you are enough. And what I mean by that is, if you're not happy with who you are currently today is enough to improve that person that you are. You are enough. I can't phrase it any different. I can't phrase it any differently. I can't put it any way. I can only tell you about my own life experiences and me doubting myself and listening to people around me telling me this and that about my own life. Where I had to start listening to me and start listening to me and start putting faith in the things I wanted to put faith in. Start trusting God. Next thing I know, man, doors have been open. Constantly doors are being open for me. You know, I got I'll be speaking at a I'll be speaking at a conference called Black is Tech in August. You know, hosting my business. All right, that's just the first step, right? Or one of the first steps. But this is less than a year. I told wouldn't no one know who I am until a few years, basically, is what people were saying. And in less than a year, I get to speak in front of 10,000 people. 25,000 total because 15,000 attendees are going to be virtual. So, I could have listened to all the doubt. I could have listened to all the hate. Or I can listen to the simple fact that me being me is enough. It's enough. I am enough. You are enough. And if you have to say enough for what, then I don't think you understand my message. You're simply enough. That's it. And this game, I've had enough. So I'm done with this. But I hope y'all got something. I actually do need to prepare for that conference that I'm telling y'all about. So I just remember, you are enough. You are enough. And if you feel like you need to get better, get at it now. You don't need to wait for somebody else. You don't need to wait for the perfect job. You don't need to wait for the perfect scenario. You enough now to start making moves today. Figure out what your purpose is. And hey, the sky's the limit for you. Trust me, the sky's the limit. Y'all take it easy and God bless.